Hi there, gorgeous. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your day or end to your day whenever you may be watching this. At any rate, I hope that you're having a great day. In today's video, I am sharing a review and we're just trying on makeup, playing around with makeup today. And this is for the e.l.f. Chipotle collection. They came out with an eyeshadow palette, a makeup sponge, and a red lipstick. I think it's a lipstick. And then this bag, which is super duper cute. And if you're wondering if it's Chipotle, the restaurant, yes. That's what I thought too. I was like, really? But okay. This is the makeup bag. You can actually purchase this, by the way. This is like a paper bag, but they've put this vinyl over the top and everything from the collection fits in here perfectly. It looks like a lunchbox. I already have done one look with the eyeshadow palette. So as I'm talking about it here, I'll show you the mini tutorial for that look up close. I could not help but dive into the greens in this palette because I love green eyeshadow. But this look was so beautiful. I absolutely loved it. And from what I've experienced with the eyeshadows so far, I have really enjoyed how they apply, the color payoff that I get with them, how easy they are to blend. They don't muddy, they won't fade. And the color selection in here is pretty good. I mean, it's Chipotle. I was honestly expecting greens, yellows, and browns, and maybe a little bit of red. So I wasn't too surprised by the color selection within this palette. Now, the one eyeshadow that I used from this palette that appears to be green came off more like a yellow green. It's not ugly or anything. I thought it was really beautiful paired up with that darker green, but it changed the look slightly from what I had expected it to be, even though I really did love the end result with it. So just making you aware. And I'll show you swatches of the palette also here before I start with this next tutorial, so you can see the color range up close of all the eyeshadows. And I'm building this look around the lip gloss specifically. This is their Make It Hot Lip Plumping Gloss, and you can see it is fire engine red. So I'm creating more of a neutral look here today. I'm going to go ahead and apply my eyeshadow primer. I haven't even really tested the gloss to see what it does. Okay, it's not really red. It's more, see it there? It's like a tinted gloss, so it's not really red. All right, well, the first eyeshadow I'm going to take from the palette is this neutral brown. That's going to be my crease color. I just want to use every color in this palette. They all look really interesting, and what I'm noticing is that some of them are duochrome shades, like this one right down here at the bottom, excuse me, is a purple, but it pulls brown. Can you see what I'm talking about? It's like a duochrome purple brown. It's really pretty. Ah, which eyeshadow do I use? They're all so pretty. You know what? Oh gosh, that one's pretty too. I can't make up my mind which eyeshadow I want to use next. I am going to take a little bit of this orange shade right here and apply it on the top of the crease. And that'll just add a little bit of warmth to the look. Blend it in with that brown. All right, I'm going to take this light gold on this side of the palette, and I'll apply this on the direct middle of the lid. Now, my husband is the Chipotle fan in our house. I am not so much. Not because I don't like it. I can't digest it. I am so serious with you. I will get so sick. I can't do it. So I tend to avoid it. Every time he goes to Chipotle, I go somewhere else. Then I'm going to take this shade at the bottom of the palette, and I'm going to add that to the outer third of the lid and also to the inner third, so it'll create like a halo eye with this look. Now, these shades that I chose, I feel like they have blended together. There's not as much separation between the shades as was in the first look that I showed you. So, I mean, some people like this. Some people like it when all the colors melt together. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Today, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this. I want everything to be able to, like, I want to see each color that I applied. This to me is, it's not my most favorite look, put it that way. You win some, you lose some. I mean, that's how it is. Some days I really like the looks that I make, and then other days I'm like, oh no. Okay, I like this much better. Sometimes simple looks are just better. I'll show you what I used here. This shade right here, which I think is my most favorite color out of this palette, with the exception of this green. I love this green too. But this is so beautiful as a crease color. That's what I put in the crease. And then I did take that purple toned duochrome shade and applied it on the lid. And you can see the effect that it created. It's really pretty and it's cool toned, which I love. And I also added a brown eyeliner on the lower waterline and the upper waterline. To complete my eyes, I went ahead and added the eyebrow powder from Amuse Cosmetics. This is a brand that you can find on Shop Miss A's website. It's $1 and it's one of the easiest products to use for filling in your brows, which is why I chose it today. And then for my lashes, I went with a pair from my lash line. They are a new style called Positivity. I love them. If you're interested in them, I'll have them linked for you below. Now for the face, they have a sponge included with this collection. Looks like an avocado, which I love avocados, so big fan already. Very squishy, by the way. I have already run it under the water, so it is damp, ready to go. And then for the rest of my face, I'm using the Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer today. Blending. Oh yeah, I love this sponge. Most of e.l.f.'s sponges that I've tried, with the exception of that silicone sponge. Were they the ones who put out that silicone sponge? I can't remember. If they did, I didn't like that one. But most of the sponges that they have put out, I have really enjoyed. And this is no different. It's very soft. You can see it does a great job blending makeup in. 2 thumbs up. Really, really love this. By the way, cut the video right here. I forgot to add in this little piece with the sponge. So when you get the sponge, you get not only that bigger avocado piece, but you get the pit. And this is for under the eyes, obviously. And it's so tiny, it was easy to miss. But I wanted to mention it, that it does seem rather expensive for that sponge, but you're really getting 2 in 1. So, all right, back to the video. For concealer today, I know a lot of people want to see what I'm putting on the rest of my face, so I'll just share it with you as I go here. I'm using the Hourglass Vanish, which is a super, super concentrated concealer. So that is really all that you need to do your entire under eye area. If you think I'm joking, you see what I mean? You don't need much. In fact, the more you apply, it makes your under eye area look worse. So the less you apply, the better it looks. And then I'm setting everything with this powder from e.l.f., which very well loved. I can't remember which collection this is from. I want to say it's Beautifully Bare. It's that one with the reflective cover on it. Now that I have the rest of the face done, I am going to go back with an eyeshadow from the e.l.f. palette. I'm taking this, let's go back to this one right here, with a flat top brush like that. I'm going to use that on the lower lash line. Adding a little bit of contour with Milani's Silky Matte Bronzing Powder. This is the one in Sunlight. All right, and my SD card was full, so I don't know how much of that you saw, but that's what I applied on the cheeks there. For the top of the cheeks here, I am going to go in with one of the eyeshadows from the e.l.f. palette. I'm taking that orange, this one right here, and I want to use it as a blush. I mean, it is intense, so I may not be able to really apply it. I mean, a little bit here. Okay. And then blend it. Sometimes those really loud eyeshadows can look super gorgeous on the skin. It's like that, and I love it. Looks really good. Okay, for the lips, I am going to apply that red gloss, and looks like that. You saw it in the beginning. It's very, very sheer. I don't know how much it's going to add to this look, and it probably won't be one that I'll keep on, but I'll just apply it so you can see what it looks like. Ooh. Okay, it's got a bit of a sting to it. Well, it is a plumping gloss. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Do you know that candy, what is it? What's that candy called? The Red Hots. You remember those? That's what it feels like I just applied on my lips. It tastes like that. No, it doesn't taste like that. It just smells like Red Hots. And it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of stingy. It's not uncomfortable, but I just wasn't prepared for it. I applied it and I was like, whoa. Now, as far as plumping goes, I'm not really seeing anything here. It's just very tingly, like very mentholated on my lips. That's about it. But the lip color that I am going to apply is one that I have been obsessed with. I know if you've been looking at my description box, you're like, why do you keep wearing the same color? I love it. This is the Covergirl Honeyed Bloom. It's the perfect nude. That's why I keep wearing it, because it's like my lip color, but better. Final assessment here with you. The eyeshadow palette, excellent. I may not have liked the second look that I created with it, but I think that was user error more so than the eyeshadow palette and the colors themselves, because they started to muddy together, and I just happened to pick 2 colors that are really too similar to one another. So user error on my side. Other than that, love the eyeshadow palette, and this look is really spectacular. The more I'm seeing it on my eyes, the more I'm really, really loving it. And the green look, I love that look. So highly recommend checking this one out if the colors speak to you or if you want to get something from this collection. This is just fantastic. The little sponge was good too. No complaints there. The lip gloss was just, it was okay. I mean, am I going to use it again? Am I really going to use it? No, probably not. I don't like the mentholated feeling personally. I didn't feel like it really did anything to my lips, and it just wasn't my favorite. Now, the one thing I forgot to mention in the beginning that just kind of threw me off with this palette is that they do include a little sheet for names, but it's one of those clear film sheets. So it lays over the top like that. So I forgot to reference the eyeshadows by names as I was using them, but that is what you can expect if you get this palette for yourself. Thanks for being here, for taking the time to watch. I want to wish you a beautifully blessed rest of your day, no matter when you're watching, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.